So welcome to the scene, Jochen.
Thank you very much.
You are the VP of EMEA for Zycus, right?
Looking for Zycus EMEA, 1 year right now, long in the procurement space, so a bit of background, and hopefully, I can bring some insights into AI.
Yeah, we are very excited. And as Marianne and Edith just said, AI, and there's been a lot of buzz about AI within the recent years. Are you still excited, and do you still believe AI is relevant within procurement?
The truth is, I think, it is, it sounds like a sales pitch, but I'm more excited than ever. It's really something getting, we see it day by day, since Tuesday or Monday it was DeepSeek, another player on the market. What's happening? What does it mean for us? And I think really there's a lot of positives. There may be negatives as well. We'll go into it, but I'm definitely excited.
It seems that you are very excited about it. So what about outside work? Do you have anything that excites you when you're not at work?
Yeah, the outside thing, obviously it's a family. Family is a big thing. The future, sailing again. Just in this area, it reminds me. I did a lot in the past, but it will be another one. But it's really, it's family, it's Zycus, and maybe sailing in the future.
Oh, and sailing, is that like a sailboat?
Sailboat, yes.
Oh,
small sailboat, not too big, but just let's go.
Okay, interesting. So if you were to say, what is the next big thing like for 2025 procurement? Like what's up and buzzing besides the AI, of course?
It goes into AI piece because this is Agentic AI. It's, the high level is autonomous procurement. I think that's a bit above, will be not autonomous procurement as such, but autonomous processes. And this is really, I think, to think about. We did hear from Per a lot of things, what are challenges today. We see more and more, more workload. We got to get more efficient. And this will be a big support. And just what I really want to do today, get a bit more clue. What does it mean, Agentic AI? Why it might be a buzz? Why this may be something for 2025?
It sounds very interesting. I'm really looking forward to your presentation, and the stage is yours now.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
So, good morning, ladies and gentlemen, good morning, Stockholm. Let's see I think that might be the best place. Agentic AI, I think we already had a bit of opening, and it's then all this big question, AI. I think sometimes in procurement we're getting a bit tired. I think in 2 years we are bombarded. AI. Everybody all of a sudden has an AI solution. We got to do something. But what does it mean? I think one statement here, what we see here, this is about now what really our friends at Gartner are saying. It will be a big thing in procurement. It will be a disruptor. Gartner says also now by 2025, you see this slide was already last year, we have 2025 right now. 80% of really these procurement apps will have AI. Not sure if we are there, but if not, they should, and you should think about it. And why? The why, that's a McKinsey statement. There's a massive value behind it. It's not only efficiency, it's definitely more than this. And now I think we just maybe got a bit on top of AI or generative AI. And now all of a sudden we have the next buzzword, Agentic AI. And I think you will see it a lot this year. Not only for procurement, in several various areas, Agentic AI will come up. So also a bit the why. We have again McKinsey stating, a lot will come up here. Big value, lesser procurement statements based on use cases. Autonomous functions, autonomous processes, not only for procurement, for other areas. We talk about procurement today. Are there risks? Oh yes, there are risks as well. So we talk a little bit about them as well, but it's also subject to individual discussion, ethical things, etc. What can we do? So Gen AI, what is actually? And now let's go one step back. And one thing, I do a bit of advertising, a favorite guy who is called Henrik Nieberg, like him a lot. I really encourage, if you want to get a bit on top of AI, what it means, where it's coming from, where it's going, it's 20 minutes, but maybe you have to watch it twice. Very fast, it is about, AI in a nutshell. And I give you a clue, because what we're talking about AI is around for decades. And by the way, these are just screenshots. That's why it's looking a bit ugly. But, I don't want to, get against a copyright. So AI, it's around for decades. It is about machine learning. It's about computer vision. You have it, and you use it day by day. If you get a YouTube recommendation, that's AI. If you do a Google search, that's AI. If any sort of credit card transaction is approved, that's AI. That's not sort of a human process anymore. So AI in action, this is what we have in our daily life. We just don't realize it anymore. You start your mobile, you're on. Now, generative AI. This is, AI generating new original content instead of just only finding existing information, categorization, finding patterns, etc. What AI is doing. generating new original content. And the big shift came a bit, this is the G. If you think about ChatGPT, GPT, generative. And the big shift came more now with the thing what they call large language model. And this is where basically, you get into the world of the artificial neural networks. And don't ask me how this really works in detail, but basically, whatever you have in information, it might be text, it might be photo, whatever, getting translated, into numbers, because an artificial neural network only can work with numbers. But then it's going process. It does generate new content. You get learnings, you get new numbers, you get new content. And ChatGPT basically is a large language model. It started as a chatbot. And the really new thing they brought into it was transformer architecture. And this made this generative AI so natural in using human language like it was never before. Whoever used ChatGPT or Gemini, or maybe now the new word DeepSeek. You did hear the news on Monday, DeepSeek challenging the big guys. Even this, it's amazing, the quality, but it really does understand it now. And this transformer technology is then also for the team in ChatGPT. The next thing, and that might be relevant for DeepSeek, but it's relevant for ChatGPT, for all of them. These are trained models. And these models are sort of, unsupervised or get unsupervised training. Like babies are learning, they get a lot of information from the web, all they get it feeded. They're so hungry on data. And the baby is learning mama just by listening around, doing progress, but then they also get external advice. And these models are trained by humans. And it's really important. There are really thousands of hours getting into it, training these models, ensuring they're good answers. If you ask, it's hard to see. If you ask ChatGPT, how do I rob a bank? I can't assist with that. So this is not because ChatGPT doesn't know how to rob a bank. It does know exactly how to rob a bank, but it will just not tell you. And by the way, I did a search with DeepSeek. It also didn't tell me. So DeepSeek is not a solution for this as well. I think that was just getting a bit into it. This is GPT and, generative pre-trained transformer, where the whole thing is coming from. Gemini, DeepSeek, all the same bucket. If you want to have the full thing, it's a bit more. This gets step by step. Generative AI, I just want to recommend it once more. Zycus is in this space, and I always say a bit about why we are maybe a bit more qualified than maybe some others, talking about now AI. We're doing this since 26 years. And some patents around it, but I don't want to go too much into it. We spent a lot of time, I think the first 15 years of this company, just looking in your spend data, doing spend analytics. And this was really about using classic AI, doing AI classification, categorization, vendor normalization, all of these areas. And at one point said about, okay, based on this, the normal thing, if you know where you're spending your data, if you're good in your category management, then you start sourcing, because then you know where to source. And it was about, we start building what we call an S2P platform. And by 2017-18, we've been a bit late starter, we had something ready, really S2P, having the full cycle from sourcing really to contract management, supplier, risk, to e-procurement and invoicing. And we introduced AI into this. So we said about, we have good experience with AI in spend. Let's see where we can use it in the rest of the procurement process. It was very good for contract. It was good, in supplier risk. It was great in invoicing, invoice recognition, coding. It was the target was already here, getting autonomous procurement, but we didn't go there. Now with 2022, ChatGPT once more, it's more than ChatGPT, Gemini was the game changer. So we immediately got on the topic, we plugged it in, and we just got really better results on what we already did with AI. Right now, we changed almost all of our AI models against generative AI, because on the spend, we kept the old thing. But on supplier management, we really got into it. We're creating questionnaires. On contract readout, it gets better. So there's really a lot Gen AI really could do with this capability speaking, understanding natural human language. Now, back to procurement. Pattern recognition, learning reasoning, that's a bit about what does it really bring to procurement? Where's the value for procurement? Because this is, I think, that's not about value. So why should you think about it? I think the big thing on generative AI as such is ease of use, adoption. Just make it easier. What do we have today? Zycus, Evalua, Coupa, all these guys are building great S2P platforms. But still, you got to click, you got to know what you do, get into the certain areas. If you're a procurement specialist, that's fine, because you do it day by day. But for other users, it might sometimes complex, cumbersome. People just need a contract from time to time. They buy sometimes something. How to get them on the system? And just, do it maybe with the mobile, using Microsoft Teams, or doing somewhere, communicate with the system, which does help you then. The system guides you just to keep compliance and just make it much easier getting on the system. So adoption is the one thing. Users don't just really need to know the system in depth anymore. They can communicate with the system, ask them normal questions. I need a supplier. I want to buy something. Risk and compliance, a big thing. I just do it really a quick one, because we can't go in depth. It's a bit the same thing. We have complex systems into it, but we're missing automation. We're missing reminders. And here's the same thing. Gen AI, in the combination with AI, really can help. Get it, on guided buying, keeping a procurement user, a normal user, within the procurement policies. They don't know, but the system just tells them what they need and what they need to fill out. They get reminders, and at the end, you just get your compliance up. Is it 75%? I don't know. Marketing put it in, but you will get better. So this is just a help. It's a very structured approach. AI, Gen AI, a big thing in this area. And the last, I think, for me, the biggest piece is about efficiency. Or I'm a bit puzzled about, is it adoption? Is it ease of use? Or is it efficiency? If you think about what we're doing in procurement on a day-by-day basis, from days and hours to minutes and seconds, I don't know. But what we are doing is, supplier research, RFP creation, RFP analysis, contract review. That's the classic thing. And let's assume this costs, we just invest 8 hours a day into these processes. Of course, it's got to be done. How much faster would we be if we get something, a support for supplier evaluation, we get supplier recommendation, we get a system, create your bid, create the questions. We get a system supporting you in the scoring, doing auto-scoring. You may review, but you get a first try. Get a system supporting you in the contract negotiations, reading the contract, analyzing the contract, just make it a comparison to your requirements, is there fit, etc. Getting on top of the supplier onboarding, making this easier, communicate with the suppliers efficiently, and finally get on top of your approvals. Make it easy. Get it in Microsoft Teams, get it somehow that everybody can approve easily and has transparency to the sort of process. So how much faster would you be? 15 minutes, again, this was marketing. It might be 1 hour, or it might be something. I believe, it depends on your processes, on your current systems and all around, but for sure, you will be faster. You will be more efficient. And it comes to, the statement from Per. There's more and more pressure. This will help getting you more efficiency and focusing on the right stuff, focusing on the strategic stuff, freeing up time for strategic work. A quick one, I think, what we want to provide from a system perspective. We always want to look for the power users. These are the users getting into it. They need a system, and that's by the way, that's not on Zycus. That's Evalua, that's Coupa. There are many great systems out there. And then, you make your own head around what is the better one. They get something. For me, the big thing are the business users. Infrequent users just getting from time to time. And this is a bit, we got to find a front end where we have this sort of a new slogan, call it AI is the new UI. Just, don't think in a classic procurement system anymore. Go in a known environment, here it's Microsoft Teams, and just then ask the questions. What do you need? And this can go in many aspects. You can buy something. You can look for, PRs, POs for your approvals. You can look for contracts. And, I shouldn't do it, but still said about don't do a software demo. And I don't want to do a software demo, but just give you a sneak. This is at the end, what people will get moving forward. They are in Microsoft Teams, and they just ask the system something. For instance, I want to buy a laptop, and then straight in Teams, what you get is just, it repeats what you said, and then you get a catalog in Microsoft Teams. You're not going into any sort of procurement system. You click on what you want to see. You want to get 2 laptops. You increase the amount to 2. You want to get some information on it. So stick the pointers a bit, got it not with my speed. You're fine, the basket is fine, it's been adding a mouse, and just about, you check out, and then finally you get the PR. The PR is filled out. Oh, that was now a bit too fast. You click submit, and the end user is done. So no complex process to find something, no complex process to fill out a PR, what a classic business user don't know. Everything done by the system. This is guided buying. Same thing for tracking and approving. The system normally reminds you, but maybe you're looking for something, you want to track an invoice. Here it's number 123, very original. It gets it, okay, something, you approved it, but you missed a comment. So put in a comment, you approve it, done. That's again a system. So the system is approved. And maybe bulk approvals, one last use case, and I always say about be quite careful, but maybe a classic thing about a system would, you did approve something, then says you, by the way, there are more pending approvals. So have a look, oh, okay, high number of pending approvals. You do a check, it might be not a high amount, but you know what you're doing. And you can go, bulk approval, click on everything. Are you sure? Make your comment on it, and you're done. And this is what I call generative AI in action. It's just about this big thing. Once again, it does speak, does understand natural human language. And by the way, in every language. This is not now, Swedish or English or German or whatever. It does speak every language. So there's also a big thing here getting into this. So now, what's next with Agentic AI? And I think here I just want to go back once more to this slide. And the way I want to position it, Agentic AI is the evolution of generative AI. It's the next step. And you want to get these capabilities, what we had below, underneath, as sort of independent, composable agents. Agents who are maybe looking for your suppliers. One agent, depending on the ask, can pick the best supplier, can look, for the best question, can maybe get up even to the point of negotiations. And these agents, the idea is about, get them really together and make them composable, have a big variety of bots. Are they bots? Yeah, maybe sort of bots, really, who run somewhere. And then, you can create your own flows. There's one flow we did great, we called it autonomous negotiation flow, where it's just about create an event, get a supplier, get a bid collection, and do the negotiations. Another one might be about contracts. And at this point of time, only from a Zycus perspective, only one autonomous negotiation agent does exist. It's there. So this is about what we push right now. And it's maybe really to think about what you see here, and we're back to this example. You're again, the end user want to buy something. It's a commodity, it's a microphone, get some questions. And then it says autonomous sourcing. Up from the moment the end user is out. He did want to buy, 5 or 10 microphones. And now it's with the system. And the system just now gets other requests, puts it together, gets the bids out. Great event, get a supplier, does the bid collection, does the negotiation, autonomous negotiation, does the awarding. And what you see here, you may choose about, do you want to really run it autonomous? Do you want to run it half autonomous or manual? You decide. A big use case here is the long tail, but the middle part. You don't want to do this in strategic procurement, at least not now. So this is a bit about, do you want to really see where it go? But the system will be able to do it. The best chess player in this world is a computer at this moment of time. These systems will learn, really doing it better than us. It's a huge use case, you think about it. We have, let's say, first customers getting into it, and it's even developed, there are certain flows. Heineken is getting on top of it. So we're not going deeper, happy to have any discussion around it. One thing, just quickly touch base. Are there limitations? Are there concerns? And yes, we should. We should think about it. Bias, fairness, explainability, transparency, what's happening. And that is still something, we all have to do homework from our side. You can do a lot with security. That's why, by the way, I would not go for DeepSeek. We did choose ChatGPT because it's a great security concept behind. And that's also what we, discuss with your security and, what do we want to do to what extent. But what we don't do, we don't get the data out. And basically, that's it. That's a bit of future. I think you will have a system. And once more to pair. This will not sort everything. We are only 0.7 on this list. Take care of the rest. Thank you.